things that I hear from a lot of you all in conversations and DMs and conversations via phone is energy. Like that's that big thing that most people have a lot of concern with, because if you don't have a whole lot of energy, you don't have a whole lot of ability to work out because you're just not feeling it. Your emotional energy is down. Your mental energy is down. And so a lot of you are really talking about some of these same difficulties in regards to utilizing your energy stores. Okay, and so I think this right here is a really good place for us to talk about. And that one thing that is killing your energy in all likelihood could be coffee, it could be caffeine. And in most cases, people are like, wait, for real? Like, that's the thing that wakes me up. Well, we're going to learn today that it's actually probably depending on how you're intaking your caffeine. And as we're talking about that, let me know below. How do you take your caffeine? Are you a coffee person? Are you a Red Bull person? Is it sodas? Is it 5-hour energies? Whatever that is, let me know in the comments, because I think it's important for us to understand where our caffeine is coming from. So, let's talk a little bit about the science of caffeine and how your body digests it and absorbs it. So, caffeine has something that's called a half life. Okay. And so, what that means for you is that in this case, it takes about 8 hours for caffeine to set in within its half life in order to get out of your system. A really quick way to think about that is if you are having just 100 milligrams, which more or less might be a cup of coffee, in 8 hours, that 100 milligrams is going to turn into 50. That's important for a lot of reasons, because if you are crushing multiple cups of coffee, multiple sources of caffeine, it makes total sense, because the big thing that does happen is that as you continually stack those milligrams up, it's going to take about 8 hours for that half-life to set in. And so, again, going back into this, if we look at exponential growth of you consuming caffeine, so if you're consuming close to, and it does happen, by the way, it absolutely does happen, close to 600 or even 800 milligrams of caffeine at 9 o'clock, by the time 5 sets in, you're still only going to be at about 400 milligrams that's still in your system, which is also going to continually impact your quality of sleep. And I know what some might say, like, hey, Des, I can drink a cup of coffee and go to bed. I can do that too, but your quality of sleep matters. Your quality of sleep matters for your mental well-being the next day. Your quality of sleep matters in regards to the amount of sleep cycles that you have. That is actual rest, right? That deep state type of sleep. And so if you're not getting that, then it makes total sense that your body is not well rested. And so if you're waking up needing coffee, you're waking up just feeling kind of groggy, then we're taking a look at the role of caffeine with your sleep hygiene, because we can't displace that. It's something that happens all the time. And some other things that we need to think about for those that are looking to change their body's composition, your growth hormone gets released throughout the night with a quality amount of sleep. So if you're not getting that, not only are you hurting your mental and emotional well-being the next day, also your energy, but it could be tapping into your sex drive. It could be tapping in to your ability to make those gains that you're working so hard to establish. And so if that's not happening, caffeine is one thing that we want to look at. So